This video is brought to you by my good friends at WorldPoint. They are my go-to place to source any and all of your training equipment and AHA curriculum needs. They literally carry everything that you need and vet it all to make sure that they're selling only high quality products. On top of that, their customer service is fantastic, and they provide same-day free shipping with no minimum purchase amounts. I highly encourage you to check them out and partner with them for your future training needs. Hey guys, Andrew with CPR Instructor Affiliates, powered by Prime Medical Training. Today we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the Prestan Professional Manikin. Now, Prestan, it's no secret, they are my favorite manikin, hands down. The quality, what it can do for you as an instructor, how it enhances the classroom, and for the price point, you just can't beat it. So the Prestan Manikin comes in two different color tones. You've got what they call the medium color tone, and then you have the dark color tone. And so you can buy these also in either a single or a 4-pack. So the single is going to look like this. It comes in a case, fairly narrow profile, or the 4-pack will look like this. Now, when you go to store these manikins, something to be mindful of is that they don't fit in here unless you break their heads down. And I'll show you how to disassemble them in just a minute, but just know that you do have to take the heads off, put the bodies in, and lay the heads down flat in order for you to be able to close this. Now, a lot of people, including myself, just leave the heads on. It's a lot easier, honestly, and we'll stick it in. And you can kind of close it about halfway, and so it's fairly secure, but makes it a lot easier for just kind of tearing down and setting up in the classroom, and it makes it faster to do that. And it's worked for me for a long time. You know, the handles, you can still grab the handles even with the head sticking out. So it's not really an issue from my perspective. Now, these manikins are AHA compliant. They give feedback on both your rate and your depth. And so they do that by giving feedback on the depth with a clicking sound. So you'll hear this, and it'll let you know that you're going at least 2 inches. And then you also will see 2 green lights in the shoulder. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll try to do a close-up here in a minute. And those 2 green lights let you know that you're going fast enough. Now, if I'm doing my compressions and I'm going really slow, I'm going to get a yellow light. If I go a little bit faster, I'm going to get a green light. And then even faster than that, I'll get 2 green lights. And then if I go too fast, I'll get a flashing yellow light. So you have different lights that give you feedback depending on the rate. It's great for the student, it's super helpful for them. And also from an instructor's perspective, I don't have to be, really micromanaging and analyzing everything that my students are doing. I can easily stand at the front or the back of the classroom or wherever, and I can survey all of my students, and I can quickly see whether or not they are adequately doing CPR. And by both hearing for the clicking sound and also visually, I can quickly scan and see that, yep, they all have green lights, or nope, this person, needs to go a little faster, a little slower. So great product. Really have enjoyed these manikins, and it's made a huge difference in our training here at Prime Medical. Now, if you already have a Prestan Manikin, but you don't have the feature with the lights, that's okay, because they sell this little blue box. You can buy it separately. It's a very easy install. So you'll put the lights in here, and then there's a cable that will run down the back, and it's hidden by this piece here. But you'll remove that, cable runs down and plugs right into the piston, and you now have a feedback device manikin. So it's a really affordable way if you're looking at your options because you want to be compliant with the AHA. This is and you already have Prestan Manikins, it's a very affordable way to make your Manikins compliant. You'll also notice that these lights, they run off of 2 AA batteries. They usually last a really long time. In my experience, when the batteries are starting to run low, you will see all of the lights light up. So you'll see 2 green lights, a yellow light, and a red light, all lit at the same time, and they stay lit. And that just is an indication that it's time to replace the batteries. But the battery life is really good on these, and I don't find myself replacing them very often. So now, just to go over a couple things, I'll use this guy as an example since he doesn't have the lungs in place yet. They do have disposable lungs, which they recommend changing out at the end of each day, not necessarily after each course, but after each day of training. So if you taught 3 classes in a day, you could use the same lung, but then we need to change it out for the next day. And the lungs look like this. You'll notice there are some perforated lines here on the bag, and those lines indicate where you need to fold the bag. So you'll just fold it up like so until it looks like this. Then you'll lay your Manikin down. There are 2 clips on the back. You just pull up slightly and push, and the chest comes up. There's a foam body here, so it's fairly pliable, and then the center has this chest plate here where you are supposed to be placing your hands. And so you're going to do a head tilt chin lift on this guy, take your folded lung bag, and you're gonna just feed it down his mouth, and then pull the remainder until it's taut. If you have any kind of slack in it and it's bunched up and you don't pull it down towards the waist, when you go to give breaths, sometimes it'll be more difficult. There'll be harder compliance when you're blowing or giving breaths with a bag. So just make sure to just give it make sure that it's completely stretched out. We're going to close the chest. You'll take the piece that goes over the face and you'll open it up like this, spread it out, and then there are 2 holes in the plastic that loop over this little piece right below the ear, and that keeps it in place, and now you're good to go. These bags, something to keep in mind, I always tell my students the first couple breaths might be a little bit more difficult to get them to go in because you're having to kind of fill the lungs a little bit. But once you've put a little bit of air in there, then you can go and do normal breaths. So that's one tip that I would give to my students. I was like, just the first couple breaths, just blow some big breaths in there to get the chest to go up, and after that you should be able to give regular breaths, half a squeeze of the bag, or a regular breath over 1 second. But that's something that sometimes in the beginning of class, when the Manikin, it's the first time being used, my students have a little trouble, and I just kind of preemptively instruct them to give those initial couple big breaths, and then we're good to go from there. Cleaning is really easy on these Manikins. We just use some disinfectant wipes and rub it down, and it gets all the dirt and grime off after each class. You'll also sometimes, depending on your AED, it may leave a little adhesiveness on the chest of the Manikin. Again, not a big deal. If you have some disinfectant wipes, a little elbow grease, and that'll come right off. Breaking down and putting together these Manikins is really easy. Aside from the lungs installing, to take the lungs out, I just usually pull them off the ear tabs there, pull straight down, and out come the lungs. The head pulls up like this, and there you have it. 2 pieces to your Manikin. So really easy to both assemble and disassemble. Aside from these mannequins making my job as an instructor a lot easier, making the experience for the students more engaging, and the price point being so good, the quality of these products is really pretty astounding as well. I mean, I've had these since 2013, and you can't really tell the difference between one of my 2013 mannequins versus one that I just bought 6 months ago. They really hold up, and as long as you treat them well, they're good to go for a really long time. I'd be curious to see at what point my mannequin ends up biting the dust and I have to replace it. So far, we're nowhere close. Prestan has phenomenal warranties on their products. We're looking at a 3-year warranty, and even past the warranty, they've been known to just go above and beyond and offer some excellent customer service. I've had nothing but great things and great experiences with them, and with the distributors that work with them. So if you're looking to upgrade your mannequins, if you're looking to buy them for the first time, look no further than the Prestan Manikin. It truly is, I consider to be the best mannequin on the market. This is Andrew with CPR Instructor Affiliates. I hope that review was helpful for you. You can find a discount code in the description below for WorldPoint that you can use on any and all of their products. If you liked this video and it was helpful to you, don't forget to also subscribe and hit that like button. And if you have questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I will answer those for you. Thanks so much.